And what neuroscience says is this almond shape part of the brain, which is amygdala, you probably heard of it, is responsible to assess the safety in our relationship. It's like a radar, constantly looking at the relationship, looking at the facial expressions, assessing the words we say, the tone of voice, everything is assessing to that. Am I safe in this relationship? Are we connected? When we get triggered, it sparks primal panic in the amygdala and hijacks the prefrontal cortex. So the prefrontal cortex, where in the front of the brain, this is where all of our decisions are made, communication skills are stored, collaboration, engagement, and logic. So not only you become out of balance when the amygdala hijacks the prefrontal cortex, you can't really access those skills. So when people are sending their employees to communication skills, it's not that they don't have communication skills, it's that they can't access those skills when their amygdala is hijacking the prefrontal cortex. And that happens when we lose our emotional balance. Jaak Panksepp, a brain scientist, said that we are so attuned to each other, especially in our attachment relationships, that even one simple emotional signal, like a shift in tone of voice, or somebody's avoiding looking at you in the meeting, can spark that panic in our brain in milliseconds. And this primal panic is carried in a special pathway reserved in the mammalian brain for the danger signal, that we are disconnected from our key attachment figures. Again, these are our bosses, this is our managers, this is our team members, everybody who we depend on to be successful at our job. So that really shows that we are cast alone, we are not safe, we don't have that secure bond. And in that moment, our emotions get activated. And we basically do one of two things. We either pursue the connection, we escalate, our tone of voice gets louder, our speed of speech goes faster. We have these high needs, emotions get escalated, and we start to behave in a way that creates danger for the other person, right? So we either complain or blame, judge, criticize. All of these behaviors tells us that this person is disconnected. They are trying to pursue the connection. They are falling through space, basically. Or the other thing that we do is we withdraw. So it's basically fight or flight response. The withdraw position is we avoid, we shut down, and we actually shut down our emotions. We're trying to numb it out because emotions are overwhelming for us in that moment. If we don't know how to slow things down, if we don't know how to regulate our emotions and how to even understand what is happening for us, we become overwhelmed. So in a shutting down or withdrawing, we're trying to avoid that person or that experience. So this is very, very common for people. And one of the cycles we call a negative cycle is called pursue, withdraw, where one person protests the disconnection and the other tries to avoid rejection and shame. So this is exactly what happens. And so when they get triggered, they don't know how to talk about it. They start to behave in a way that creates more and more disconnection and danger. Then we are flooded with emotions and our signals get distorted. This is very important. Our signals get distorted. We miss each other. So for example, if you see your team member or your manager yelling at you or getting very upset, you are going to interpret them as being aggressive. So that's a danger cue for you.